issue, yeah, apparently. Trauma that I'm burying, I think I need some therapy. I battled depression, I'm back with a message. I'm asking the question that if you hate me, why you acting obsessive? I'm past a point and no return, fuck being
escucho, sí.
aggressive. I'll brandish a weapon, teach all you motherfuckers a lesson. I actually battle my demons and shadows and swim in the deep and creep in the shallows. I'm lost. Gotta admit that I'm living the life that I've always wanted, but it comes at a cost. They're licking the jar, they're fixing to rip me apart. I'm swimming with sharks. I'm lifting the bar, I'm lifting it into the stars. Like I shot up a train, I'm mixed with some adrenaline. Started a battle, but bitch, I'm gonna finish it. Think you can stop me, not even a little bit. Nowadays, everybody's so sensitive. Picking my words when you pick it apart. Tripping on nothing, just get in the car. Ripping and ripping and sticking the mark. I'm tipping the jar.
And we are live. All right, let's check the volumes. I can see your metering
I am
bar
frozen.
going up, but you're frozen. Why is that? Huh. All right, give me just a second. What if I do that?
Oh.
Now you're unfrozen.
I'm back now.
Yep. I think you are fine now. All right. Hello, 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 hello. How are you doing, Franco?
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yes,
They
it's a big
dropped
day.
a bomb on us this morning.
Yeah, like nothing, right?
Like nothing. No announcement. No nothing. Just yep, sure. You open your Epic Games launcher, you see a little orange icon there, and you're like, oh, what's going on now?
Yep.
And 5.6.0 preview
Yep.
is out.
That is how it happened. It was wild. I'm still kind of recovering. Like I'm trying to what is the lamer, thing that I can actually open and it's gonna be ready. And I'm still waiting for it. I'm opening the Dark Ruins mostly because we're gonna go through the whole thing of everything that they actually because we need to give them like the biggest prize because they beat Unreal. The actual developers of Unreal beat Unreal. There is no question about it. Have you taken a look to the roadmap lately?
No, what's happening? What's going on?
Let me show you. Let's go here. So here it is. There is something missing up here. There is no longer the future plan stuff. There's nothing. They actually addressed everything. In fact, I can't remember if it was yesterday or the day before. I was in a live because I'm making like a daily live promoting the
Yes.
oh my god, the Vancouver Film School course that we're going to be starting on the 2nd of June. And I was actually talking about what we could expect on 5.6, and I was referring to that particular tab. And now it's no longer there. And now everything that used to be there is either here or is no longer here. I think that tons of what used to be in that particular tab, I think is here. I don't see anything. In fact, I see so much more things, right? That's for sure. But for example, the HRI render parallelization, it says here that imagine this. It was posted on September 2023. So it's been 2 full years, from this thing. And they actually set it here. It doesn't say anything about if it is, complete. So I would assume that it's in its final form, as many of other things here. So I was actually checking out these. They have some virtual shadow maps optimization, and I was wondering what is about it, because they actually were saying that they improve the performance and that now they have optimizing cooling by increasing fidelity and an artistic control. This was something that actually caught my eye. I was like, maybe there are new controls for virtual shadow maps. So let's actually see. I have not checked. So we're going to go back here. I just wanted to actually check. Oh, finally, this thing actually loaded.
Oh boy,
yeah.
let's see how that goes.
Oh, yeah.
Unreal Engine 5.6 running the Dark Ruins.
Yep. So I want to check, the actual shadows, because this thing is, packed with really nice shadows everywhere. And I think it actually looks really, really good. This thing is not only packed with shadow, this thing is packed with lights. The amount of lights in this thing is nonsense. And the only way that this thing is actually running is because Megalights is actually doing its magic here. That's how you can have
pretty fast, yeah.
Yeah, these many lights in one place. So yeah, now it's running. I was afraid that this thing was not going to be ready for the start of the stream, but now it is. So now we can actually address a couple of things. So if you just landed here and you want to know about what is happening with Unreal Engine, so the biggest thing is going to be that now we have a Metahuman creator inside Unreal Engine. That would be like the biggest thing that everybody is actually very excited about in it. So the first thing that you might want to do that you're going to learn the hard way is you're going to have to go to your library and go to the preview, right? The one that you just downloaded, if you already have it. And you want to come here and open up the options. And the first thing that you want to do if you want to actually check your Metahumans correctly is that you want to add the Metahuman content, creator core data. Without these, you can actually create a Metahumans, but you're going to lack the hair, the groom, and all the textures and preview textures. So that's why this thing is like very, very small. It's because this thing only carries the lower denomination of all those textures. And then when you actually assemble, and that's a new word that I'm really excited about, when you assemble the Metahuman, now you're asked to actually download the particular full resolution texture of your Metahuman, right? So this is just, to have something to preview with. So this is important. It's 5 gigabytes. I don't know. This thing is, very large, like 25 gigabytes for the car component, et cetera, but they actually didn't include the 5.26 gigabytes for the Metahuman creator. That won't allow you to actually, perform correctly. But yeah, now that is there, and that's the first thing that you want to actually do. And now, I'm really excited because there is like tons and tons of things. This is one of the heftiest improvements to the engine. They really had a very busy year since last Unreal Engine Fest because, just in the actual rendering stuff, there are some things that, were actually there in 5.5. Like, for example, the first person rendering used to be experimental. Now it's in beta. And everything about RHI, both the bindless resources and the parallelization was there since 5.3 or 5.4. But, now they have these, they didn't actually announce it as it should, right? Because it says only ray tracing optimization, but they're not talking about the actual refractions or just the refractions. Ain't that right? So we should actually test those and see if they are working correctly. Do we have any sort of glass material? Let's see. I don't know. Oh, I actually saw a little bit of glass here. Oh, no, these are for the... Oh, but these could actually work. So let's actually test it. Let's drop any shape, sphere, drop it there. And tons of decals on top of the thing. That is why it's looking so awful. All right, and now let's add these particular material to it. And yeah, this is... Oh, no. Not memory budget stuff. Please don't. All right. So this is it. Now, let's actually make sure that this thing is working correctly. So we should go to Edit, Project Setting, because we might see something that was not there before, which should be the... Here we are. Where is that thing? Oh, here it is. Ray Trace Translucent Refractions. So that is on by default, which is great. I just migrated these. I didn't download the full content for 5.6, so this is the migrated one. And the Ray Trace Translucent Refractions are already there. Now, my guess is that this thing doesn't actually use any sort of this particular material. So we might need to actually go somewhere where we might find one. So what is cool is now we know where that thing is, right? So it should be here. For you to actually get access to it, you're going to have to actually have support hardware ray tracing, and this is going to be available for you to turn on. So the same as the ray tracing when available, right? So this is going to be for diffuse, and this is going to be for reflections from exclusively translucent materials. And now we have the actual translucent refractions, which should be allegedly really good. So we should actually find somewhere to actually test this thing. And weirdly enough, they are not calling it that way. They are just calling it like Lumen Hardware Ray Tracing Optimization. Thus it says here. Faster, scalability, CPU, etc., etc. That's weird. So maybe it's simply better, and that, the actual refractions are just, to boot, right? All right, so that is looking fine. So the biggest other thing, because, there are a couple of things here, like Substrate has been here forever, right? Now it's finally on beta. So yeah, it's going to be fun to actually test this one.
I just fixed the layer rig by doing nothing.
Oh, really? Is it working now?
Yes.
All right,
It's working.
let's go and test it. Do you want to show your screen
Oh, no.
with it?
What? Let me check if it actually works for a second time.
All right, let me try it. Let me try it on my side. So,
Okay, so it's broken. I stop simulation, and that fixes it. What?
stop simulation.
I simulate, I stop sim, and it makes it work.
All right, so let's actually test that one out. I'm going to be creating a new basic map just to actually test that. And so the first question is, are you using the mannequins from Fab or the mannequins from the templates?
I'm using the mannequin from the templates and a Mixamo character for which I created a control rig.
All right. So I'm going to test
so
the one from Fab, and let's see how that goes.
So that fixed the layer control rig on the Mixamo character, but it did not fix the layer control rig on Manu.
Sorry, again?
The simulation, click and then click off, click on and click off,
Right.
fixed the layer control rig for the Mixamo character,
Right.
but it did not work as a fix for Manny for his control rig.
Oh, that's weird. All right. So I'm downloading right now the Mannequin asset pack. So let's see if it works there. Allegedly,
God,
this thing is working for 5.5. So I would trust much more the one that comes from the template, because templates are supposedly, oh my, are there the new templates there? I didn't saw them.
No,
No, right?
no, they're not. No.
No, that's a pity. All right. Maybe they are still working on it. Maybe they're going to be there for release. Maybe. All right, so let me check this one out. So meshes, let's drop a simple money, put it there.
I want to see what you get. If it's, I don't think it's human error. I mean, I've been doing this for like a while now.
All right, let's check it out. So here it is. And now let's actually hit Control B and now right click, go to cinematics, create a sequencer, open it up, add him. Everything is going to be added at once. Like, boom. Right? Animation mode and everything. Oh, this thing looks so tiny now. Oh.
Goodbye.
All right. So that's not great.
It's a dead.
And it's not great that I'm using the actual Dark Ruins to actually
You want
do this, because it's going to be silly on every crash. And we can expect, this is the time to actually crash it, right? So if you don't crash preview, it's going to be madness. So I'm going to be opening.
If you want, I can share my screen really quick.
All right, go ahead. So you should be these or these. No. Oh, you're here.
I can see myself.
All right.
And
give me just a second.
There
we go. Going? Now we can see your full screen. And I can see a tiny bit of you down there.
Yep. Okay, cool. So essentially, here's the problem. Let me replicate. So as of right now, let's say we got a character from Mixamo, for which I created a modular control rig, because now modular rigs work for Mixamo characters. From the get-go, just drag and drop all the modules as you would do anything, and it works.
All right.
I was pleasantly surprised that it works, contrary to what we've been getting from 5.4, or 5.5, I should say. So now that we have this guy, I can simply grab an animation that I brought in from Mixamo for him. That's step one. And then what you would normally do is plus icon again, control rig, make sure that layered is enabled, and you would add the layer control rig. So this is the problem. The layer control rig is not layering. So solution, for whatever reason, simulate stop, and there we go. Now it doesn't do it. Obviously it doesn't. So it was fixing. That was the fix a second ago. Now it's no longer a fix. I wonder why. That is because I'm sharing my screen, and that's why it's no longer working. But it did this, and it worked. Now it's no longer working. Cute. Absolutely lovely.
And what about money?
Oh, that's so strange. I could have swore that was the solution. Nope. So Manny, same issue. We go to animation. We send in a walk animation for him. So he is working, works. And then if we go to plus icon, control rig, making sure it's layered. CR, no solution here. Tap simulate, and we stop the sim.
And what if you convert it to layered?
Nothing happens. If we convert it to layered from what? From a
add the control rig normally, and then convert it to layered, like we used to. That we know that didn't work on 5.5, but maybe it is
right. But it would just stay there because it's not following the character.
Right, but right click on that control rig.
Yeah.
Yeah, and convert it to a layered.
Yep.
And now?
Nope.
So it will stay.
It's even worse. Something else broke. Now it's on the side now. What's funny is that really simulating stop fixed this guy a second ago, and I actually was able to replicate that like 3 to 4 times, and now I'm not able to replicate, which is lovely. Maybe no transform track? Who knows? At this point, we're just clicking buttons. Yeah, no, it doesn't work. Ah, so strange. So baking it to the rig, it works as intended, as usual. So if we were to, instead of adding a layer, I could go to bake to control rig, and this is the control rig I created. So if I were to bake it, actually works. There's one thing it does that I don't like, is that it breaks the head for whatever reason.
It breaks it?
Yes, it goes to 0 values. You can see that as I'm moving here, everything is on 0. For whatever reason, it lost the animation on the head once we did the bake, which is very strange because the modular rig was working as intended. But that is a problem with the rig itself, because if we go and check Mani here,
Right.
and if we do the bake on Mani, bake to control rig, and then CR Mani, and then we create Mani actually works, and he actually has information on his head control. We can see that the values here are changing. So it's a problem with the modular rig that I created for the zombie here from Mixamo. But yeah, what's very strange is, well, sadly, again, they destroyed the layer rig.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I don't know. What is going to be weird if we get to the 2nd of June and they actually go through the thing and they will demonstrate it again, like working, and we're going to be like, yeah, not so sure that thing is actually
insane.
working.
This was working literally a second ago. I just simply did this. I simulated, which is stupid. It shouldn't be affixed to anything.
Yep. All right, I'm going to try it on my side.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Control rig, layered. Control rig, mannequin body, right? That's the one.
Send me out. How do I start streaming?
All right, so it's working on my side. Weirdly enough.
No way.
Yep.
Show me.
There it is.
No, why?
Yep. It worked if you actually added. Oh, look at that. No, if it's layered, it doesn't turn off the animation beneath it, right?
No, that's the whole point. Yeah.
All right. So if we go here, layered, control rig mannequin. Yep. This one seems to be working correctly.
What? Oh, no.
Now. I'm using the
fab one, yeah.
Yep, I went here.
I can't get, because for whatever reason, my Unreal doesn't have fab.
But what would be the difference? Like, it's weird, right?
Can you go into the Epic Games Launcher for me and check installed plugins under your 5.6?
Sure. Here it is. Fab.
See, I don't have that.
You don't have this one?
I don't have that. And I cannot add it manually either.
So my guess is that you need to actually get it from here.
I can't. If I go to Fab and then I click on install plugin, install to engine, it says you cannot install this plugin as it is already installed to all compatible engines.
What?
It's like telling me, no, you're not gonna get it.
That's weird.
Yeah. See, I don't have that window. I don't even have Quixel on it, which I don't, honestly, I don't care, but...
You don't care you have Quixel? I love mannequins.
I have
to have my Sorry, my Metahuman, sorry.
No, yeah. No, for that, yeah, but
that is so weird.
I get them from the creator directly at that point. I think it might be... Whatever. So it works. Okay.
All right. So is it working the other way around? I don't think so, but let's see. So I'm going to be turning off layered, adding these, and now right-clicking on it and convert to layered and Yeah,
So
the
that
same
is what
thing.
you always said
Yeah,
that doesn't work,
yeah.
and
This,
that is correct.
at
It's
least we
still not
know,
working.
that this one was not working. You know what is weird? The actual color is different. The color from the control brick. It
Is it
is
because it's selected?
teal. No.
Oh, when you
Oh,
convert
wait,
what?
wait,
Oh,
wait.
yeah, it was
Now,
selected. I'm not in the
oh,
camera,
yeah, yeah.
Gabe. By the way,
Oh,
I'm
sorry, sorry,
like,
sorry. Yeah, you
no, it's
are
fine. I don't
completely
mind.
right.
Just
There it is. All right. So, all right. So this is working as it
okay, as
was
it was.
working. And
But I'm glad that the normal one works. I was panicking.
we can see here that everything here works the same. We have the select, the poses, the tweens, the snapper, and the layers. Nothing changed up here. We have the spaces and we have the constraints from which we have the same number of constraints.
Yes, on the plus icon right next to it.
Oh, you need to actually
So I
select a
have to
control.
have selected some.
All right, so we do have translation, rotation, scale, parent, and lookup. So nothing new to see
There's
here.
now a pre-selected parent for whatever reason.
A what?
Down there under constraints, there's a pre-selected parent as sure.
All right. So you
But
you don't
yeah,
have to actually go and fetch it with a teardrop, right? With a
sure,
picker.
but you would need to pre-select. It's weird, very strange.
All right.
By the way, restarting everything. Now let me install Mr. Fab on 5.6.
All right. That's always great. So there are new amazing things in Sequencer. My guess is that there were like tons of new stuff that they actually work on just for animation. And I actually found out one that I thought that was really, really good. That the actual Sequencer organization, I was like, yeah, you already did this. Like, why this thing is here? But no, it's different. Like, take a look at the actual video. Like here, and now you get this. So this is gonna be like if you, in particular, which one is that button? This one, right? Toggles viewport
No.
selectability between sequencers.
All the way to the right. You mean the new stacking?
Oh, this is the one. Yeah. All right, so this one is great if you have tons of. Let's actually do that, right? So we have this sequencer, and I'm gonna close it, and I'm gonna be renaming it to animation, right? And now I will create another level sequence, and this is going to be my shot, right? So this is shot 01. And now we're going to open up shot 01, and we're going to be dropping in our animation for our character, right? So far so good. This is what you would expect. But now if you want to actually change something about this animation, you need to jump in and check it out here, right? And if you want to get out, you need to follow through the actual breadcrumbs or use the back
Remember
button.
that my camera is kind of covering everything on that side, so you're gonna either get rid of me.
No, I don't think I'm doing anything on the details.
Okay.
So now, supposedly you have these. So even with the animation stuff closed, you can come here and open up animation and select your money. And the thing is that you don't get controls over this one, but I think my guess is that you can now expose them somehow. That's at least what I actually read out here. It says, a new type of binding called proxy binding to easily reference bindings in parents, siblings, and child sequences. So my guess is that now you can actually set up these so you can actually expose a number of controls. Here is what I'm actually, maybe the animation, evaluate, set tint. That's what I'm guessing that thing is for. Blend first child, no. Edit selection, nope. Add to group, sort by, nope. what if I add an actor? Let's see if that works. So let me close this and add maybe, oh, here it is. Let's add a light, point light, put it there. Let's go to my outliner and add it here. Now these ones do have like a couple of things that you can actually change, like the intensity and the light color, right? So let's test it. Now I'm back here. Oh, I should actually save this. There it is, save everything. Let's go back. Now if I open these and I go point light, oh, you can select it. Maybe that is what it is. Oh no, you can actually see down here that it actually changed. It took me there. Is this how this works? It's like a map, right? To have like everything and you can jump.
I don't see a use for that, honestly.
I would say that if you have like tons, like if you have like a very complicated assembly of your shot and you have like tons of different subsequence, these might be cool, right? To actually
I guess the search bar at the top, maybe you type, I don't know, clone commando and see how many times you have that character on every sequencer or something like that. So I guess that could be a use for it.
Oh, you know what? It does make sense. Like actually, if I search for point light, it will actually find that point light
Every point
here.
light.
And now if I actually double click on that, will take me to the particular
To the
sequence
yeah.
that is there. So if I go back here, so yeah, it's like expanded functionality for the breadcrumbs and the forward and back button. So this is what this is. Now it does have like an in out. Can I change this here? But why? All right. So I don't know. This is something that I'm not really fond of. It's weird that you can actually change this here. But, you know, to each its own. And the stupid bias that's still here that, yeah, no one cares about this anymore. All right, so that is that. I believe that I thought that it was a little bit different. Like if you could maybe expose things that you're going to be using, you know, on a particular day of working, like all the lights and everything. It would be nice to have all the controls, right, that you want there. But no, it was not the case. In this case, if you actually do this, no, it's not going to show anything because it's inside here. All right, so let's see what else. I found out another thing that I thought that was really cool. And that was, oh, you're going to be in love of this one. I thought the other day you were showing me something like this. So this is seamless gameplay transition from cinematics to and off cinematics. Like you were showing me a couple of examples of you doing that. And it does present issues where when you have like a particular character who is looking to, you know, one side, when it goes back to actually controlling the character, it does like weird stuff.
Snapping,
Yeah. But now it seems like it is kind of working. It's a really simple case here. But it does look like really, really cool. Yeah, more curves stuff. Motion trails. This is going to be fun. Is this already here?
Motion trails was already in the engine. I'm guessing what they're saying is better motion trails? Question mark?
So I would say that they're not here. So I would actually, they used to have like onion skin over here. Isn't that right?
Trails were there. They're no longer there.
Yeah, they're not here anymore. So
They are not a plugin, so I don't know what happened.
All right, let's see. Transform.
I have Fab now, so I will be testing anything.
All right.
Or Echo, I should say. Test Echo.
Now let's put that there.
There she is.
All right. Let's see. All right, so that's it. So we, for the longest time, we do have these my God. And up there, what is this? Oh, in the actual viewport
It's
here.
a new viewport.
What is that? Is this one? He does like have like a guy running. I don't have
Like a
that
little
one.
guy. I don't see it here. Oh yeah, it is here. You need to go into animation mode,
Oh, all right.
and then it calls for
You know what?
animation
They went back
related.
to this, and I hate that. I hate the fact that they are changing the UI outside of these windows. That is awful workflow. They actually stopped doing that, and now they are doing that again. And they are not only doing it here, they are also doing it with the modeling tools, which is, you know, we were past that. I don't know why they are coming back to this. So here,
Yep, right there. That's your guy.
country shapes, null sockets. Nope. Nope. Where is it?
So that
Dang
was a
it.
button. I don't know where the trail is. Oh, it's right next to it. It's not that one. It's a different button.
Maybe you need to have something selected.
Control probably, or a character maybe.
Oh, right. Let's see.
I have nothing, no trails. We're experimenting on Unreal Engine 5.6. Anything and everything might and will fail probably.
Yeah, that's for sure. But no, it's not here. All right. So trails are not here, but it's all right. They might be later on. This
No,
whole
my layer
button is
doesn't
not
work.
there. And the other button that is right next to it is not there either.
Why does your layer control rig work and mine does not? We have the same thing open.
We do.
What is going on? I downloaded the things from Fab and all the things, the mannequins from Fab and whatnot. My layer control rig does not work. Man, I don't want to reinstall the entire thing.
So it does the same thing if you go here and
Yep.
add.
Yep, control rig, add, layered.
Oh,
Needs to be layered first, layered, and then click on the thing, and then yours works. Mine just apples. SK and Manny, we have the same mannequin even. Why is mine not working?
are you using the symbol one?
I don't know.
Not the. Not the. What is?
I'm using SK and Manny, the normal one.
Yeah, the normal one.
Yeah.
And it's
I'm
not
using that.
working.
Bring it in, actor the sequencer. He comes in with a layer control rig that works. But as soon as I add an animation on top, add an animation, walk animation, any animation, it just doesn't work, man. It doesn't bring up the layer version. Walk animation, control rig, layered, CR, just an A pose control rig. What is going on? It doesn't even look like that one.
Like, look how.
Like the red controls, the big red controls on the wrists, I don't have that.
Oh, really?
Nope, I don't.
What is this for? Oh. Oh.
Oh, are those the pole vectors? No,
Wait.
it shouldn't have pole vectors.
I
in
do
FK.
have the snapping options on. That's never a good thing. I don't know what they do. They are there. And
What does it say when you select it? What's the
stretch.
control in
Oh,
there?
if you don't have actual stretch on, it
okay.
might not do anything. So let me try
Yeah,
it. So I should click here and
Why
say
is it not
stretch.
working?
Or no, the actual stretch controls are just when you have IK. So I should have first IK, arm and arm. All right. And now if you select the wrist control, you have the stretch control. And now you can actually stretch it. Now, why do we have another stretch control here?
That's to tell it. That's just the float of yes or no, I think, for the stretch.
It's not like doing
Nothing. Yeah. It feels like it's not doing anything.
not at all. All right. So not too much added to the control rig. Just the fact that it's unreliable between computers somehow.
I don't know, man.
Like how
so sad.
does that happen? Like it's the same control rig, the same character, everything
Literally,
the same.
Same thing.
All
And
right,
the worst thing is I had it working at some point.
All right, I'm gonna do it again. Maybe if I actually delete this guy from here and recreate everything from scratch, it's not gonna work anymore.
Maybe it's the wrong animation. Oh, there's no shot that's the problem.
How wrong animation? How?
There is no shot that is the problem. I
Let me
hope
try it
this is
again.
not the problem. No, it's not the problem. All right. Okay.
So let
Thankfully,
me
that was not the
open
problem.
these.
I would have
I'm
been
gonna try it with Queen
pissed off.
this time and see. So there we go. She's there.
It's
and
fun because the layered control, by itself, the layer control rig works. But when I put an animation on her, it just doesn't. Yeah, sure, walk, sure, and then control rig,
layer.
and then mine doesn't work.
That is wild.
Maybe the sequencer is cursed. Actually,
Let's
that
check.
might be the thing.
Let's see. Check the everything here. Does it look the same?
I'm gonna create a new sequencer, and I think that's gonna be the solution.
It may be.
I think that sequencer was just cursed. Let's see. Animation, walk, and then control rig, layered, and nope.
No, nothing.
Nope, nothing. Something wrong with my Unreal Engine.
That is so
And I'm willing
weird.
to bet it is the experimental plugin I enabled for sequencer animation mixer. So I'm gonna restart without it, and I'm gonna see if that was the problem.
What is that plugin? Plugin and
Sequencer mixer. And I still don't know what it does. And if it does what I had it do, it's just dumb. The one at the bottom. Oh, you had it right there.
mixer. System
Yes.
for mixing layered animations in sequences. Well, that
May
might
very well be the problem,
Yeah,
huh?
it does. It does mention layered. So I think that is the thing. So don't use experimental stuff
Yeah,
on experimental
thing.
stuff. So
It was. It's the plugin.
all right. So
Yeah, I found it.
that's great. So all right. So we actually checked that everything works as it used to work. Maybe the actual modular is working.
Modular rig, it works now on the Mixamo character. I can confirm, and it's actually working. The layered is working.
And the layer is working. All right.
It was the freaking.
That's a huge
plugin.
win.
It
That's
was
a
a
huge
plugin.
win. And all right.
One thing that it's still doing is the breaking of the head, which I don't know why, but it's still.
But
doing
it's
that.
just on the Mixamo one. So yeah.
Yes.
It might be something in the reverse. You know that you have the forward and the reverse stages. The reverse stage for the Mixamo might be, doing something weird. So let me show you another thing that I just found here. So scale, proportion, retargeting. I don't know what is this thing. So retargeting has changed so much inside the engine. It's been a while since I did anything retarget wise. So it seems like now you should have a global scale of source motion to better pin IK goals. Oh my God! I IK goals, and I have goosebumps. Just remembering,
Nightmarish.
yes, how hard it is to actually have like a good footing on Unreal. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes you will still have that weird
It's
stuff.
doing it better. There's still, I think, I might just be biased and I'm seeing things, but I just retargeted an animation from Mixamo into Mani, which always, every single time gave us sliding on the feet,
All
and
right.
there's minimum to no sliding at all.
All right. Oh, I found out the thing that I wanted to show you. Look
right,
at
let's see it.
this. Morph target sculpting.
I will not believe that until I see it.
All right, let's check it out. So we need to open Mani on the skeletal mesh editor, and let's go to the. Why is this?
It says there's a new sculpt mode in the skeletal mesh editor. Create new shape.
Deform, maybe?
The form has sculpting, obviously, but my question is,
No, the thing is that you should create like a new curve, right? Let's actually show where curves are. Here they are. So there are no curves at all. Because this character doesn't have, it should have. No, it may not have like any curves at all. So how is this thing done again? Amor, préndeme. All right. So
it's an experimental plugin that we need to enable. Skeletal mesh morph target editing tools.
all right, let's check it out because I'm really excited about that one.
If it lets us actually create morph targets like you would in Blender, I am going to be blown away.
Yep. So it's a skeletal.
Mesh morph target. It's the one
I see
at
it.
the bottom. One more. Yeah.
There it is. Let's restart.
There's
you know what?
no shot.
I'm
If this works,
I'm also experiencing like faster loading times in the engine, like very
Yes.
fast. It's
It's
actually
faster.
reloading tons faster.
it's faster. Yep.
Like I actually restarted it because of a plugin, and it really came back like really fast. I was like, did I sleep for a minute?
Oh God.
All right, let's check it out.
All right. Selection in the freaking thing is
Morphs.
still off.
And
All right. No way. Let's see.
sculpt
morph
morph
target. All right.
So let's give her like a boing.
Big
No-
brain.
Yeah, let's inflate. Oop. All right. So
All right, what
we
now?
need to actually give it a name. So it's gonna be
All
like
Inflate.
in
There's
head.
no shot. This goes. Oh my
Big
God.
head.
There's no shot.
Operation new weight 100. All right, let's accept and
shot.
crash.
Yeah. No,
It's
no.
experimental.
There's no shot.
All right, there it is. We have a new curve. Here it is, big head, and 0 bones. Everything is good. And where is the actual?
Where's the weight? Morph target in the previewer. Top, right next to the curves on the left. Yep, morph target. One higher.
Oh,
Nope. There's that
what
one.
am I
that
doing
panel.
wrong? All right, let me close this. Oh, morph target.
Yes,
Here it
that
is.
one. Yes. Oh my God. No shot. No shot. You can access this in sequence.
Look at this.
Nah, I don't try. Why is it going? Oh, it's negative. Okay, you might need to put some limit.
Yeah. it is actually doing some weird stuff on the negative. But look at this.
Sequencer. Bring it on sequencer. I
All
want
right.
to see it.
I'm going to save this, close this, open up my lovely sequencer.
I'm guessing you could create a control rig slider for it and then just go nuts and all the things. Because you won't be able to access that morph. Would you?
Let's
No.
go to the control
You're going to need an
component.
FK for this. I don't think the control rig will access that slider because it's not set up to access it.
You're
You think
right.
it's a separate thing?
No, it's just a curve. the same as, any other mesh
It's a bone.
deformer.
There's
Yeah,
no
I don't
chart.
think. Yeah, we're gonna have to actually do like a control rig for it.
No, you can make it to FK. You don't need to do control rig.
To FK.
Yes,
Say again?
to the bones, just to the bone structure, to see if it's right there. So remove the.
It crashed.
Well, it's gone.
Yeah.
And that's in the name of the plugin, experimental.
Connect shapes to a control rig for use in animation. Yeah, it says right here. So you need to actually create like a small control rig for
yes,
it.
but
So let's do that. It's gonna be
if
easy.
you create the morph without a rig, you could just go into morph. There it is. Sculpt morph target. I'm gonna do the same thing. Yeah, this. Sure, whatever. New morph target. Accept.
In control rig, are you already doing it there?
So go into sequencer. Okay, this works here. Create a sequencer. So I have them here. That's
All right,
good.
wait a minute, because I jumped to the control rig, and it might take a little bit of a while opening up. All right, it's there.
If you can do it in control rig, I'm sure you'll find a way. Yeah, sure.
So you said on the sequencer. So let's go there.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the brute force version of this.
All right, so here I am.
So in sequencer, bring El Manny. Or
All right, there it
Queen,
is.
and then delete everything. Delete all the animation. Oh, actually, no. You can leave all the animations if you want. And then what you would do is right-click and bake to control rig, but instead of their control rig, you would bake to FK control rig.
Oh, you can actually add. Let me show you. So if you actually, I'm gonna be deleting this and this just to test this theory. So you can actually add. If you go to control rig, wasn't it here? You can create a forward control rig. Am I crazy? Oh, here it is, FK control rig. So you would say that it's here if I search for big head?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, no, it's not here.
I'm not finding it on mine.
No, it's not. All right, so we tried. Let's actually do...
Why? The morph targets of other characters are here.
They are?
Yes.
All right, maybe there is something that you need to do. Like, let me go Control E. Maybe there is something.
What?
Where is Queen? Here it is, Control E. Here in the curves, you have like a type. So you can actually like turn on this thing. Material. Oh, you can control it with the material? That would be nice. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna go through it with the control rig. So let's try it. Let's go here, Control B to browse to it. One back, control rig. Let's open up the actual control rig, and we can add it anywhere. My guess is that, all right, here are the actual controls. So let's go here on the global control, and there they are. How can you control?
Type morph target, maybe?
Is there a node?
I don't know.
Backward solve, nope. It's gonna be on the forward. There it is. So this is the actual spine, neck, head. So at the end, morph. It is not morph.
No morph targets. Huh, okay.
Curve. Set curve value. This one might be.
Maybe.
Curve. Oh, it's based on the male one, so it may not find big head.
There's a search on the top. Maybe search it.
No, you see, because it is actually made for the male mannequin, and I actually did the big head on the other one.
Okay.
All right, let me actually add it to this one.
You did
Put that
see
there.
a. Oh,
Let's go back, mesh, open up many. And let's do the same thing, morph there. Drop. And let's do the inflate. And let's do the head. And all right, accept. And that's it. All right. Oh, I should have saved that. So
I don't know where you add. Where were you adding it in control ray? After the forwards or the inverse?
no, on the forward. Backward. It should be on the forward. It should be here.
Yeah, but curve container, I don't see any curve.
Throw up.
Set curve value. Yeah, it was just there.
Yeah, it's not here.
Huh.
So, the former? Nope. It should be something like a curve. Setting a curve value. Oh. Curve container. So is it here?
I don't have it on mine. That's what I was saying.
Nope, it's not here. That's why it's not finding it. Can you actually... All right, wait a second. Compile, save, close, whatever. I didn't do anything to these. All right, let me close it. I know that you can do that from the from a blueprint and also an animation blueprint. I think that you have access to curves. Let me see. So let's open Control Edit and let's go here.
I mean, you could animate it on an animation sequence by creating an actual animation sequence and then going into the animation sequence editor itself. And you can add curves in there in the animation, in the persona editor. The problem is I want control over it in, see right there, curves, and you could add the morph target right there. But what
Here.
I want is, yeah, exactly. But what
big
is the big head there? Yeah, there it is. But what I want is to control that in sequencer, not here. That is the problem, right? I want that in sequencer, not in the animation editor.
Yeah, it would be the same. Let's see. So if I come here and I create an asset and I create an animation from the current pose, and it's going to be in mannequin meshes. Yeah, here it's going to be fine. So we're going to be calling these test morph. All right, this is good. Let's hit OK. And now here, now we can actually add the big head curve and we can go to 0. We need to right click. Nope, right click up here. Yeah. And let's insert frames after 0. Oh, I want to add more than one. Append at the end. 23. So it's going to be like a 1 second animation for the throbbing. And at the end, so I'm going to go to the start and create a key on the beakhead. Oh, I cannot create a key. Huh. Really?
Hit enter. You have a key from right there at the beginning.
This is new.
Yeah, that's the tween tool. It's a blend neighbor tween tool. That's new in the curve editor.
All right, close that. So I don't have a key up here anymore.
We are, that is a mode thing.
You see?
Yeah, it's grayed out. That's a mode. So advanced transform to layer tracks. You added a curve.
Oh, I can add a key here with the middle mouse button. All right. So when it gets to, is this one? Oh. It's going to be 1 here. And this is going to be 1. So it's going to be at the, no, this is half a second, 1. So it should be 2. Now it's over 24. Like what the, oh, wait, no. 1, oh, it's counting on 30 instead of, yeah, it's fine. All right, so this is good.
Here.
So what if I save this? Will you? Ah, it is. It is. All right. Very good.
It's not what I want.
It is. It's going to work.
No, it's not. It's not what I want. I want control on sequencer, not that.
Let's see. This is better than don't finding the actual dang node in Contrabrick. Sure. So now animation is going to be the test. There we go. And that's it.
Yep, that works.
Why is doing that?
Maybe when you... Ooh.
Oh, you know what? I actually created the animation from current pose, and that might not be the actual pose for Queen for some reason. Well, my guess is that it's kind of working. So I'm going to call it a win. So, all right, we do have morphs and a morph editor that is an experimental. That looks really good. Let me show you another thing that I'm really excited about. If I actually understand it correctly, it's on the world building. No, it's on the virtual production. And chaos. Here we are. So this thing, shot management with cinematic assembly tools. Again, the assembly thing, it's everywhere now. And let me tell you something about assembly. So assembly is going to be something that Epic Games is working to fix many of the issues that, for example, Nanite have. So Nanite have tons of issues with things like aggregated detail. So things like foliage and things after things, like tons of iterations of meshes, right? And they want to actually create the Nanite assembly. And the Nanite assembly is going to be like, you're going to give Nanite assembly, like, this is a tree, right? But this tree is made of this trunk, these leaves, and these branches, right? And he's going to understand it and decompose it and say, all right, now I know that this is a tree. And you're going to be only given Nanite like one trunk, one leaf, and one branch. And then he's going to do the rest. He's going to create the tree where it should be. And now that he knows all the different parts of it, it will actually know what is behind what. And he's going to make the best decision on how to render it. And it's going to fix everything and every issue that we have right now with Nanite, with, sorting, right? And the actual, the cooling, right, of geometry. So that is going to be great. Now, in this case, this is something else. It's called the cinematic assemblies, and it's a new type of cinematic assets, and it's the foundation of the cinematic assembly tools, the CAT. Oh my God, why they do that, man? How are you gonna call something like this? But more so, why would you actually add these acronym to it? Like, we know what is a CAD file, and it's not a cinematic assembly tool. Is it? Maybe I'm crazy. Each assembly opens in its default level and serves as a centralized container for all metadata tied to your pipeline entity. So if I'm understanding this correctly, is this going to be some sort of, my guess is that this is going to be something like the snapshot tool, right? So we know that the snapshot tool, what it is. So we have it up here. So what this is, and I'm going to be surprised if this is not what this is all about. So if you open up so let's say that this is your scene, right? And you want to prepare this scene to be like take one. And in take one, this character is not here. This character is, somewhere else. Or it may be not need to be here at any point, right? So what you're going to do is, before you start messing up with your scene, you want to create like a snapshot. And this is going to be, the start or the original position of everything, right? And you create this, and that's cool. And now if you, don't want it anymore, you can actually delete it. And then you are going to be creating like another one where you're going to call it no character, right? And you're going to save that snapshot. And now if you want to actually switch between them, you can actually open the particular snapshot editor. And now you can actually load, right, a particular one. Maybe it's this one. In this one, there is no character. In this one, there is character. So you can restore that level, right? So my thinking is that this is what that is. I would find it like really, really amazing if you would have something, but that is like an actual assembly, right? And like an assembly asset where you're going to be saving, like for this particular shot, you're going to need this level, and you're going to need this sequencer, and you're going to need like all of these different actors in it. At least this is how I'm understanding it. And I don't know where you can actually create one of those. Like if I come here, would that create, let's see, CAD, right? Cinematic. No, it's not here. Not at all. So maybe it's an actual plugin. CAD, cinematics. Pre-streaming, render grid. It's not here. Oh, cinematic assembly tools, the CAD. Here it is. Shot management tool for creating and editing linear control. All right, I'm interested in this one. Let's see how this goes. And I found out another thing that was like really cool, and I actually call it because Twinmotion is actually using DLSS. I knew that Unreal Engine was going to be using DLSS. It doesn't mention which type of DLSS, which is not great, because if it is only DLSS 3, it's not going to be so exciting. DLSS 4 is the one that everybody's going to be jumping off a bridge to make it work inside Unreal Engine. Because having everything running 4 times as fast, that thing is going to be like really, really important. Sadly, it's behind the wall of the end display. I don't know why, but yeah. So we're going to be actually checking out a couple of other things like the quick render and the play render output. I just want to see if I can make this thing work, just because, it might be something cool. Oh, we have not actually talked about the Metahuman creator inside Unreal Engine, but let's actually go cinematics. All right, here it is. Cinematic assembly schema. Is it this one? Details? Yeah. Schema name, description. Oh my God, this is too complex. I thought that it was going to be like a little bit easier. Like assembly, root folder, add folder. Nope, let's actually go and do something cool. Like this. I actually created my first Metahuman inside Metahuman Creator inside Unreal Engine. And it is a surprisingly good, workflow. I would say that they do have a couple of issues. It reminds me a lot of the weirdness that you would find in, how was it called, the Mixamo tool for creating characters? Fuse. It sometimes looks like Fuse. Because you can tweak like everything, right? Sometimes you can get like really weird deformations if you over tweak some particular settings. What I'm really enjoying is that the actual characters that you create don't look like metahumans at all. Like this face is a face that I don't recognize as a metahuman. For sure, right? Like the preset metahumans, there is nothing like this character that I created like very fast and really easy. So I was really, really amazed on how you can create those. Like very fast and really easy. The only thing, so let me go through a little bit on how this thing actually works. So the first thing that you're gonna need is to actually create one of these. So let's actually go Metahumans and create a Metahuman character. Like name your Metahuman because this thing has, you can easily try to rewrite something and then Unreal Engine is gonna crash when it tries to actually override it. Like it cannot override anything. So like call it like test 01 or something. That is gonna be fine. And here we go. There it is. So again, from start, this is what you get. This is the character that you get out of it. What is really great is that you have everything that used to be inside the Metahuman Creator in the web. So all the different lightings, all the different looks, right? The clay look, the topology look, the skin look. And you have like the different cameras, the LODs, and the actual quality, which is, crazy that, you have like a particular quality for these. I would say that if you try to actually sculpt and do stuff with this, you might want to drop it to medium or something because it can still be a little bit laggy. Depending on what you want to, all right, maybe I should change these to the face camera, right? That is better. The amount of detail is the same that you're gonna find on any Metahuman. It's like a very amazing quality of the textures and all the different maps and everything, even though that these are like the preview textures. So they will still improve a lot more, right? And then the rest is, so if you already created, there is a big thing that everybody should know, and that is that these metahumans are not compatible with normal metahumans. So you're gonna see Daniel here, and Daniel, let me actually open her up so I can actually show you. Let me just show you what I did. So I do have here, hopefully I'm logged in. If I'm not logged in, I'm gonna skip this. So Metahumans and my Metahumans. No, it should be on local. Oh, that's it. Metahumans, there it is. So I actually downloaded this Daniel preset, right? And I actually added to the project, and from there on, everything was like crash and everything was wrong. And it was because when you try to generate your Metahuman, once it's done, it will say like, you're gonna try to actually merge this Metahuman with a very old piece of a Metahuman, and you're gonna have tons of issues, and every time you hit yes, that thing will crash. And then what I did was I removed Daniel, right, from the project, and then I could actually create this Metahuman. Let me show it. Let's go Metahuman, and let's go this, and let's drop her right here. So this is it. This is the first Metahuman that I just created, right? And it looks even better in, normal light. Where are my... Why is it looking like that? Like very... Maybe it's because this is on.
The only question I care about, do we still have the mocha full bodies?
No, you are going to actually love this one. Let me show you why. So, let me rewind a little bit. So, all right. So now we have this character here. And let me show you what is weird about this thing. If you actually take a look at the actual blueprint, this thing only have a body and a face. It doesn't have, like pants, and it doesn't have like anything like that, right? So maybe it's time to actually get, these like this, but it gets even better. Let me actually open this character. Let me close this one that I just created so I can actually go through this. All right, let's open it up so you know what I mean. When you are assembling it, it will actually, not when you are assembling it. When you are creating it, you need to actually remove like the rig. And it is weird because it calls it the actual face rig, but the face rig comes with everything else. So I don't know if it is like something that was like that in the developing phase of this thing. So let me show you. So this is the character, right? And you have like an auto rig face and remove face rig. Well, this is not just a face rig, it's the full body rig. Once you have a rig on your character, there are a couple of things that you can no longer, change of your character. Like if you go to body, you cannot, change anything like this, right? Because it is already committed to have like a rig, right? But if you want to continue working on it, all you need to do is actually, remove the face rig, which actually destroy the full rig. And very soon, it doesn't take like too long. Now that thing is removed, and Unreal Engine will crash. I had tons and tons of crashes with this thing. But again, this is the actual moment to actually crash, so I'm not mad at all. There we go. And it actually comes back like really fast. I'm really appreciating that one. The fact that it's actually turning back on.
Don't have a blueprint for that meta?
No, at this point, it's like a separate asset. It will speed out, an actual metahuman.
Metahuman blueprint.
Yeah. I don't know.
I want to see the skelly mesh for the body. If it is it full body with the neck sawed in or no?
It has the option. I didn't actually go through it, but I will do it now as soon as it opens. There we go. So again, remove the face rig, and it should very soon. Oh my dear Lord. All right, maybe I'm gonna try it on the other character. That's what I'm gonna do. So when you are creating the rig, it will ask you if you want to have like a unibody or not.
Okay.
Let me show you on. So where's that new metahuman that I was creating? I didn't save it, right? So it's not here. Let me create a new one. So that is going to be fine. Let's go metahuman. Metahuman character. Let's go test. Yeah. That is going to be your name. Test. Tessie. Testy. All right, here we go. Come on. All right. So you can see here that, oh no, it's not here. So you can see that you can actually create the auto rig with joints only or with blend shapes for the AR metahuman face or just the joints, right? Where was that thing? Was it here in assembly? It was somewhere. Where was it? Oh, advanced options? Nope. Body properties? Nope. Where did I saw that? All right, let me go through the whole thing and see if that works. So first, I'm going to rig it with the full thing, just like that.
Oh, yeah, it says it right here. Creates a combined face and body skeletal mesh skinned to the body skeleton. Does not support facial animation. Can be used as a source for body for resizing chaos outfits.
Right, where is that? In assembly?
It's in the Metahuman thingy once I did the rig.
All right.
I did the auto rig joints only, and then it gave me this new button that says it's grayed out for you. It's right there in the middle.
Here?
No, in the middle of the screen, top. Yep, high, one of the buttons. Yep, that right there.
Oh, all right. Here it is. So it was because you didn't add the morphs, right?
I did joints only, yes. It is, in fact, I can see that, and I can confirm that it is a joints only metahuman. There's no... Oh, this doesn't work. Correct.
So that way, I think that you can create your unibody.
It doesn't work. It's broken.
It's broken?
Yes. All 3 neck bones are detaching the neck from the rest of the body.
Did you already assemble it? Or it is failing in the actual viewport here in the Metahuman creator?
It's I did the button. I created a combined scale mesh.
Oh, I can still do it here. Oh, so let me try.
And you'll see what I mean when I'm saying it's broken.
All right, so you can see that this dude has like all the animations and everything, which is great. Let me actually change these to the actual scheme so it looks a little bit better. There it is. And now create combined skeletal mesh. Oh, it does create like a separate thing. Oh, I see. It's not like the final. You don't need to assemble it or anything.
Use download texture sources to create them before assembly.
Yeah, you need to come up here where it says download texture source. That's why I'm saying that these...
It's grayed out for me. So I need the blend shapes.
No. What you need to do is...
Oh, core thingy. The core thingy.
You don't have the textures.
Oh, my God.
Yep.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I was actually fighting that one until I realized that there is that you need to actually download.
There's no template animations, no body animations. Right, I have nothing because I don't have the core thingy.
Yep.
Oh, my God.
So that's why I was saying, like, for the longest time, they were actually adding tons of stuff there. And, there's still that stuff there. Things that I wouldn't use. For example, I would say that I would love to have the Metahuman creator core data before having, now they're not here. All right. So I'll shut up. So these Android and Linux stuff, it used to be by default on. Now it's not. All right, great. All right, cool. So now you need to actually, so these things should be maybe down there. No, because this is target platforms. I don't know, it's just 5 gigabytes. Like, why don't add it by default? Maybe they're gonna listen to this thing and it's gonna be for the version
5.61.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so yeah, and that is mostly. Now, let me show you a bit of the actual body controls and stuff. First, what I was saying about the metahumans. So if you actually come here to Quixel Bridge and you try, now that you have like at least one of your characters assembled already, and you try to bring a metahuman, it's going to tell you, no, you should not be actually adding it. So in fact, I'm going to add the countess so you know what is going to happen. So these comes, and you can import, migrate, or import and migrate, right? So this is the thing. If you just import, it's going to fail, and it's not going to do anything because it actually tries to push. It actually will tell you like, I'm going to do a mess. You better not let me do this. So what it is that it's going to try to put the common folder on the common folder that is already here that works for the metahuman creators, type of metahumans, and that is going to do a whole mess. Or you can migrate. If you migrate, this is what is going to happen. You're not going to get a full metahuman. You're going to get the metahuman creator metahuman. And then you can actually, convert it into a metahuman inside Unreal Engine. Now, this comes with a big issue. This character, Vivian, that is not this Vivian. This is, what? No, I actually have Danielle. All right. So this character actually have like clothes, right? So because I was already trying to, hack the thing, because these characters, if you go to hair and between quotes, clothing, there is no clothing here still, right? There is just hair.
Yeah.
So
I saw that.
all the characters are going to be in underwear. So I was like, right, let me actually add this character and see if I can get the clothes from this character, right? To actually use on the metahuman that I can create from this one. But it won't allow you to actually use the full metahuman, but you can actually migrate it. So if you migrate it, this is what you're going to get. If you come here, here you go. So if you go metahumans, now I have the Countess and I have Danielle. But Danielle is in underwear. And it is the definition of the metahuman, but it's not the full metahuman. So it's the metahuman creator file, right? So she is complete here, but without any sort of clothing. So clothing is not ready still, at least, as far as I know. At least it's not here, right, where it should be. But yeah. Now, what is cool about actually bring them in this particular way is that if you're creating a new metahuman, you can come here to body. And so you can come here to library and you're editing rig. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Come on, fail already. Remove face rig and boom. So once you actually rig your character, it actually did remove the rig, which is nice. All right. So now if you go to the library, you can see that all the different, metahuman assets, right? Metahuman creator assets are going to be here. And some are going to be in game, the one that I just created, and some are going to be on the actual metahumans because you're actually bringing them from outside to the metahuman folder, right? This is great. Now, if you go to body, you can blend between the different metahumans that you already have. So for example, I can bring the Countess here and Daniel here. So now if I go up here, I can grab the head of this metahuman and make it look a little bit more like Daniel. No? Like the Countess? No? What is going on? It should actually mix it. Well, it is not. You can do other things. Let me show you. So if you go to the head and you go here where it says conform, you get three possibilities. You can import the DNA that you can get from your metahuman creator on the web. You can get it from an identity that you can create through the Metahuman plugin, or you can use it from a template. These templates are the one that we created last time. So I actually have the Countess here. There it is. This is the actual Countess template that we created. And I can do conform. And now I will have that. Yeah, look at that. There she is. So if you already have your metahuman and you want to convert it into this one, you can bring the actual template here. You will have that for the face, but also for the body. You can also do the conform here, and you can bring in an actual DNA file that you can get from, or from a template of the body if you have it. and that would actually work. Now, one thing that you should know, never, never, ever click here, because if you click here, that thing is going to remove, the face that you have been working for the last half hour. And I don't know if you can actually undo that. Oh, you can undo that, so it's not that awful. But, yeah, there it is. What other things are great here? Well, let's do the actual modeling of the body, which is not that bad. It could be better, to tell you the truth. Again, it does have like these pins, and if you start moving things, on their own, it will try to do like the balancing or the normalization of the different sliders. So, for example, if you actually want more thighs, it will actually, do the inseam and the other controls, right? So it tries to move tons of stuff at the same time, like even the hip and stuff, which is great. What you could do is you could, pin everything, and then you can just move that thigh. Now, if you start doing that, you're going to be breaking the connection between stuff, because now you're just, moving the thigh, but you're not moving the hip, which is going to be, actually creating issues. Now, for particular parts like the legs, it's not a big issue. Now, when you go up here and start moving, like the muscularity and everything, it does create like a tons of weird issues sometimes, depending on what you are. Like if you actually play with the muscularity, it actually drops the size of the character. I don't know if that's a thing that you want to do. Like if you want to have like a very small guy, like really muscular, like it's not like a possibility, right? So at this point, you should actually like lock the thing, and now you can actually move the muscularity, and it won't change the actual height of the character. So I don't know, it's weird, but this is how, it's actually working. What you should not do is actually just like lock in the muscularity and do this, because then, lock everything and just unlock the muscularity, because then, it's going to start doing like very weird, things to the mesh. I want to acknowledge this thing. We are now -1. I hate that. I hate when that happens. But yeah, it is what it is. It's a slider that is called body type, which is masculine and feminine in, new progressive language. And we are -1. So if you want a man, you should type -1. If you want a real man, you should type like -2. I don't know, why would you do that? Like bigger bulge or whatever. Same is going to go with woman. So if you go 0, it's going to be androgynous. If you go 1, it's a woman. 2 is a double woman or whatever that is. I don't know. It start getting crazy. I would say that 1 and -1 will produce like a full woman or a full male character, right? And from there on, you can actually start, moving, particular things, right? So if you want to create like a very thin woman, you go this way. If you want to create like a fat woman, so you keep moving the normal stuff. And then you can do that same thing with the height, which works perfect until you find out that the head is not changing. And there is no particular, head size control as far as I actually went here and actually, you can move the head. Oh, there is an actual head size, right, which is not working for some reason. Model, maybe? No, in model it's only like the eyelashes and teeth. So yeah, it's still an issue where when you want to create like a very small character. I think for a child it's going to be nice because childs are very big-headed, but a normal character might, maybe like a teenager. It's not going to look like very nice, right, with a huge head on top of the shoulders. So yeah, in terms of what you have right here, I think that this is going to improve. Like you're going to get like tons of, more controls, right, out of this thing. for the most part, it really looks like really nice. There are a couple of things that I would say that I don't like the size of the knees are huge. You do have an actual control for the knees that you can actually do here. But, this is the minimum knees that you can have. And there are still like huge knees. I don't know why.
I think the main issue here is that connection that you get with everything as you just move one slider and everything moves. I think that needs to be separated, like in any video game.
Oh,
Just
well,
give us the ability to do whatever we want.
yeah, that's why you have the pins here. So if you really want to actually, just play with the knee, you can actually, hold everything in position. Like you could, actually hold everything
Does
in
it
position.
work?
Yeah. And you can now go to the knee and just, but
That doesn't work.
no. Oh no, it's actually moving a couple of things.
That's what
That
I'm
is
saying.
weird.
Even if you pin them down, they still move.
So that would not be what you are after, right? That is weird. I would say. Yeah, the muscularity attached to the height is weird. So
It's
this one
terrible.
actually work. So you can actually, pin the height and play with the muscularity, and now it doesn't change the height. So you would expect the same from all these.
Yep.
Maybe it's the fact that if they let you just move one thing, it's gonna, disconnect the mesh from one part to the next. You know what I mean? So you're gonna have, pinching issues and stuff like that. So I think that is gonna be a particular thing. And I would say that we do need like more than parametric controls for the body. Like the head is awesome. Everything that you can actually change from the head. If you go, like you have these controls here, there are the same that are here. You can do allegedly a blending that is kind of not working. I don't know. I'm gonna try again and see. Oh, yeah, there it is. So Countess and Danielle. Maybe you need the full three. Maybe let's put Countess again up there. And let me try to create like a nose. Oh, so these one actually work. So this is Danielle. Sorry, this is, Danielle. And this is the Countess. All right, this one is actually working. It didn't work for the full character. If you go here in library and you try to actually, no, it wasn't body blend. So this one, maybe you need to actually feel the whole thing. Let me try it once more. Oh yeah, you need to actually feel the whole thing, but it's not kind of working. Huh. What about the body? Let's see, like one arm. No, I don't think this thing is working correctly. So for the face is nice, and you have tons of controls, right? You have like big controls for the face, and then you have like tiny controls to controls almost everything about here. You can actually go to town and create something that is really, really good. And this is, great, right? What is not great and what really will break the thing about creating this inside Unreal Engine or in the website is the hair. So once you downloaded the core data, you're going to get the hair here. So you can go to selection, but the thing is that it doesn't have thumbnails. And there's no way, like I would suppose that if you right click here, you would get like a render of the thumbnails. So it's like, like long, messy and long, straight and long, straight again, right? So you will need to actually try them all to actually see what is going on, which is not the best way of actually creating a character. And it takes a little bit of time of actually applying the hair, depending on how complex it is. So let's say this one maybe. So when it's short, it actually get produced like a little bit faster. if it's, really long and complex, it takes like tons of time to actually appear. But it's great. This is it, right? You get like really fast hair right there for you to actually use. You for sure are going to want to go all the way down and add the fuzz, right? Because you want that peach fuzz on, right there. You can see it in the nose, right? It looks wonderful. And you want to have, clothes offset. No, this is the actual default garment. This is this thing right here. So I don't know why there is not more of this for some reason. But yeah, the actual eyelashes are very fast to produce. The eyebrows are not that fast. Like it will take a little bit of time. Oh, that one was fast. Oh, it's not that bad. The eyelashes, any will do. Yeah. All right, so that's it. So now you have everything you want. You want to actually produce the actual metahuman. You need to do a couple of things. First, you need to rig it. If you don't rig it, you are not going to be able to assemble it. So let's rig it with the full shebang, right? The morph targets for face AR and the bones for the control rig. And once that is auto rig, you're going to have to download the texture source. And once that is done, you're going to be able to actually assemble it. Make sure you save as soon as you get anything done here, because this thing crashes like crazy. That's for sure. Oh, Franco. Oh, Franco left.
Oh,
There you are. I was like,
no, I'm here.
oh, you know what? I think that my machine, the streaming machine, actually went to sleep and actually touched it. And when it came back, like the call was like on hold or something. All right. So very soon, let's go. Auto rigging.
I gotta go. I gotta go eat and I gotta go.
No,
super late.
No issues. All
Yeah.
right. So yeah, this is what it is. They actually work like really, really nice. I actually exported one and connected it to the phone and started, driving them out with the face AR and stuff. So it does work the same as a normal metahuman. There are tricks for the actual clothing. Maybe for tomorrow, I'm going to have like a workflow to actually start adding clothes to this thing. But for now, you're going to get like a very, very different metahuman for sure. All right, and that's it. Remember to save because, this thing crashes like crazy. Save it. And that's it. Let's actually come here together and say bye-bye to these good people that will see the actual and watch the actual replay. And see you soon. See you Thursday. On Thursday, we're going to have Jesse on the dojo. So we're going to be there. We're going to be talking about animation. Now this thing dropped, and for sure, we're going to have to actually showcase something from 5.6 for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see what happens. All right. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye, Franco.
Right.
See you Thursday. And
Yes.
love you all.
Bye.
Be good to everybody, and see you when I see you. Bye.